Alright, welcome to this little behind the scenes setup here. So what we are doing here, this is a nighttime interior scene and our subject is sitting there and is writing something at night in his living room. Hi everybody, in this video we are talking about sliders and why I completely ditched electronical sliders at all and just going from now on only manual. Coming up. So for the first shot we are here on the 35, we will do a close-up now with the 50 to get some close-ups and stuff like that, to show also that. We have two tubes right here, so that are carrying so-called the slider. And you see, even if I'm not doing anything, it is really smooth right here. So this works really well. So basically today is all about sliders, and before I dive deeper into this one here, I will briefly talk about my past experiences using various brands from various manufacturers with electronical sliders and so on and so forth. So I used it on a couple of jobs and also a couple of short films that I did, and my overall experience was really just frustrating, because sometimes it was that the camera payload was too heavy, or at the other part was it was just too finicky to set everything up, then it was just not going fast enough, or it was not going slow enough and everything. And then the worst part is that it was not really able to do it manually as well. So therefore I said I completely ditched the system at all and just going for a manual one. So here one we have the Proaim Breeza, and this one is really cool. It consists of this Dolly here, and you can also buy the other parts, but we'll talk on that later. So the build quality from this Dolly itself is really outstanding. So it's all metal, the payload is around 100 kilo. Also the rolls here are really smooth, and yeah, the way you attach your camera on it is just using your ball head. I have a 75mm on here, but you can also use a 100, so depends on. And you can also attach it from the other side and go into an Anschlag mode. One weird thing, there's a little break here, which is really cool. So now the camera is not going anywhere, which is also really important if you move that stuff around. So you can buy the Dolly separately, but you can also buy the entire package where these tubes are included. So 4 in total. If you have them that way, you have 1.20 meters, but then you can extend them with the other tubes that I have in the package. Then you get like 250, which is really cool. And also setup is really easy, really quick here. And I just attached them to some stands, and they're working just fine. But you can also put them low to the ground and do like, yeah, very low angle stuff. So that works also really fine. Now I will take you behind the scenes, because we've shot some commercials and some projects within to see how it works in the real world. I think setup time was really quick. We just quickly got off the slider, just adjusted the height, and now we are ready to rock and roll again. This is really cool, and you see how nice and fluid it is. So, and you can obviously, since it's a manual slider, right, you can adjust the speed and the smoothness by your body and camera skills. In summary, I can really recommend the Proaim Breeza, because it's an overall really well built product, I could say. It comes all in a nice little carrying box, so that one is pretty cool. Also setup time is really fast, and as you can see, the slider is just really well built. And also, of course, there's a little bit of a learning curve involved with every piece of equipment, but you also have that if you buy an electronical slider. So this, if you've done it a couple times, is just muscle memory. And once you have set up it, you know, it's just depends on you or on the camera operator, not on the piece of gear itself, which is always a headache then. So let me know in the comments below, what are your thoughts? If you have any further questions, any other experience, just let me know, and I'm gonna see you in my very next one. Cheers!